Jahan Dotson came out and said that this is going to be a breakout year for him, and I can see that happening because I feel like he's taking advantage of his offseason. He's been working out with Odell Beckham, Zay Flowers, and Elijah Moore, and those are some key players. Elijah Moore is coming from the Jets, and he's about to start his third season with the Browns, and he has a lot to prove. And he had a great first season, but his second season really wasn't that good because who do we have to throw to him? And now he has Aaron Rodgers. The Jets have Aaron Rodgers, but he's not going to be there. And he has Deshaun Watson now to throw to him, so that's a great spot for him. And he's just trying to maximize on his time being there, and it's really a year for him to really go off. It's a great opportunity, and Zay Flowers is his first year coming into the league, and he really wants to prove it and really be his best. And one thing he got to focus on is just trying to stay healthy, because in practice you want to go hard, but you don't want to go to the extreme where you're damaging your body and you're not going to be ready for the actual season. So he's doing a good job. I think he's just doing a little bit too much. He's trying to overdo it, and he got a soft tissue injury, and that came from, I feel like it might have just came from him overworking himself and just trying to do his best, but be an overachiever. And there's nothing wrong with that, but sometimes you gotta rest. And I feel like maybe he just hasn't had that time to really, he hasn't understood that he needs to rest, even though it's probably been said to him. But coming into the league, you want to be number one. You want to do everything, and you want to be right on everything. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the one that the coaches pick on, and you just want to do everything great. But you still have to step back, and that's where that veteran comes in, and like Odell Beckham, and teaches you like, hey, I know you want to be great, but you got to calm down. You got to know when it's time to take a break. So that could be the issue. I'm not sure why he got that soft tissue injury, but he's trying to prove himself this year, and especially, being one of Lamar Jackson's targets, weapons. And, Jahan Dotson, he's going into his second season, and he really wants to do better than last season. And, he really wasn't able to do that because he got injured, and he only was able to play 12 games. But, within those 12 games, he did great. He had 7 touchdowns and 500 yards. And I know he wants to do better than that, and I know he can. Just imagine, what he could possibly do. He led the team last season in touchdowns. So with us having Sam Howell as our number one quarterback, and, we also have a decent backup quarterback, which is Jacoby Brissett. So he's decent. And just for us to have 2 decent quarterbacks, I think that's a great thing for us to have. And, Jahan has been, outspoken about just how much he believes in Sam Howell and what Sam Howell can do. And even Terry even came out and said just Sam Howell has that accuracy. He can put it wherever you want it, and he allows more one-on-ones. So, I think that's what Terry is great at. He's great when it comes to 50-50 balls. So, he does a great job on that. And Jahan had even came out and spoke about Terry and just said that, he wants to be just like Terry when it comes to being great at 50-50 balls. And you know what I'm saying? Like when it's just you and that DB in the backfield, and you really have to come down with it, and you got to do what you got to do, So he's been trying to do a great job on that, and you can tell he's been working on it. And hopefully he's learning everything he needs to learn from the Super Bowl winner, the 3-time Pro Bowl, Rookie of the Year, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is everything that Odell has done, and he has a lot to offer. And Odell is not just anybody, you know what I'm saying? We all forget that he has had 1,000 yards in 5 seasons, and 4 of those was with the New York Giants. So, and he did them when he first came into the league. He had 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. So that's a lot, to learn from. You got a lot to learn from. And he went to Pro Bowl his very first 3 years, back to back. So it's a lot that he has to offer to those young players. And, I think Jahan going there is great for our team. And then, everybody has been doing a great job, including our young tight end Cole Turner. He's been doing a good job of just trying to take advantage of this offseason and really, maximize on all his tools and assets. I mean, not assets, but tools, and just really, give it everything he got and learn as much information as he possibly can in this short amount of time. Because, the offseason may seem long, but look, we about to start training camp this month. And then before you know it, the season gonna be started. So he just wants to be completely ready, And Cole Turner is doing a good job. So I just applaud him, and then I just appreciate that he's trying to do better than he did last year. And he's learning from the best, you know what I'm saying? He's learning from somebody that was familiar with Eric Bieniemy's offense, which is Travis Kelce. And he also had a chance to learn from a whole bunch of other great tight ends, including George Kittle. And he's using all his tools, and his I forget the word, but he's taking advantage of everything that he can, and I appreciate that about him, just trying his best. And even though he's playing behind John Bates and Logan Thomas, that doesn't mean that Eric Bieniemy might not put him first. You know what I'm saying? It's just all about effort. And that's all Eric wants, is for you to give it your best and your all. And, continue to look out for the next man. Work for the next person, you know what I'm saying? So he's doing that. And, hopefully with us losing Chase, him retiring early won't really hurt our O-line so much. Because it seems like, the wide receivers, the tight ends, the running backs are all doing their job. The quarterbacks are doing their job. And, the O-line is too. But, we're still, I'm sure we're going to figure out, I'm sure Eric is going to figure out how to, manipulate that and just figure out how we can still be successful with us losing Chase and, us not having a very, very strong offensive line. But, it's still something to think about. But hopefully, with everybody working and giving it their all, we can have a great season. But yeah, like I said, Jahan is really doing everything he can, and everybody's starting to believe in Sam Howell. So that's what you need around a quarterback, and that's what happens when you have a great quarterback and you have people standing up for him and just talking about how good he actually is. And that's going to only make us better, because you got the quarterback believing in his wide receivers and his team, and you got the team believing in him. So hopefully we can all have a great season, and I feel like we still going to make it to the playoffs. And like I said before, I'm going to keep saying it, but we're going to make it to the NFC Championship, and I just feel like it's going to happen. And who knows what this year holds, but you know what I'm saying? Just let me know how y'all feel about the situation, because I feel like Jahan is really going up. I feel like Jahan is going to really, I feel like he's going to have about, every time I talk about it, I change my opinion, but, he going to have a nice season. I feel like he's going to probably have about 9 touchdowns, probably 800 yards, because I feel like majority of it is going to go to Terry. But it could be that, or he could, get 1,000 yards this season and maybe like 5 touchdowns. But I just want to see him have a great season, and I think he's trying to do that himself. But the biggest issue for everybody is just staying healthy. And if we can have everybody staying healthy, it's going to be a great season for us, and we're going to make it to the playoffs. So yeah, I appreciate it if y'all comment and, let me know how y'all feel, and also subscribe to the channel.